Ex-BlackRock Director says SEC will approve a Bitcoin ETF in 3 to 6 months. Let's talk about this today. Welcome back to the Blockhash Podcast channel. Make sure to check out our sponsor, NITROBETTING. NITROBETTING is one of the best Bitcoin betting sites online. You can bet, wage in sports books, racing books, video games, casino games, whatever you want, all in Bitcoin, all up to you. Go to nitrobetting.eu or the links in the description below to check them out. So the ex-BlackRock director is making the case for why a Bitcoin ETF is likely to get approved in 3 to 6 months. Obviously, BlackRock has skin in the game with their ETF already being filed for a Bitcoin Spot ETF. So I'm going to read through the article, then I'll give you my thoughts at the end, as always. Former BlackRock Managing Director Stephen Schoenfield, who's now the CEO of Market Vector Indexes, gives the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission 3 to 6 months before it approves a Bitcoin Spot ETF. Schoenfield gave his estimate during a panel discussion on ETFs at CC Data's Digital Asset Summit in London yesterday, where he was joined by another ex-BlackRock director, Martin Bednall, now CEO of Jacoby Asset Management. Schoenfield was responding to comments made earlier by Bednall that the SEC will probably approve all ETF applications at the same time. Well, I don't think they want to give anybody first mover advantage, he said. Previously, the Market Vector CEO said he would have given the industry 9 to 12 months before an approval, but the SEC's recent decision to delay giving verdicts on several pending ETF applications is unlike previous delaying tactics by the regulator. Instead of completely rejecting the whole list, they've asked for comments, which is a marginal but significant improvement in the dialogue. There's also the Grayscale lawsuit, which the SEC lost, which means they're most likely going to have to allow the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to be converted into an ETF. Sorry, guys, I'm dying today. Really am. Through its pending ETF application, traditional finance top manager BlackRock, shepherding $9.42 trillion in assets under management, seems the likeliest contender to get a Bitcoin Spot ETF approved. They have a winning score overall of 575 to 1 when it comes to getting ETFs through the SEC. Nobody would have seen it coming back in 2017 when BlackRock chief Larry Fink called Bitcoin an index of money laundering. Now on the flip side of things, actually wanting to get in the market for Bitcoin. Bednall said he believes in any case that the traditional financial muscle in terms of both brand and resources will give BlackRock a first mover advantage should the SEC decide to start approving Bitcoin Spot ETFs. Schoenfield was more temperate in his views about their former company's foray into crypto, stating that I disagree with my former colleague Martin as much as BlackRock will try to crush the competition. There's a good half dozen, maybe 8 or 9 other firms deeply committed to tradable digital assets. They've all got applications, and some are actually much closer to the crypto ecosystem than BlackRock. So I think BlackRock will be in for quite a fight. Yeah, I'll cap it there. Man, I swallowed something, and it just went down the wrong pipe, unfortunately. So I'm dying as I'm recording this one. But I do think BlackRock has a huge advantage. I think if anyone has more of an advantage than BlackRock, it's Grayscale, because they won in court and they have to reconsider the application to convert the Bitcoin Trust into a Bitcoin ETF. But aside from Grayscale, BlackRock probably is the leading contender for that. They do have a stellar track record in terms of getting these passed. What's interesting is the fact that he believes most ETFs, if not all of them, will get approved all at the same time. In that case, to not create some sort of first mover advantage for any single asset manager out there that gets a Bitcoin ETF first, but rather sweepingly just do it all at once. Maybe that's why they're talking to them and asking for comments and actually opening a dialogue for the first time, like they should have been doing in the first place. But who knows how the SEC truly operates, behind the rails. All we know is that there is conversation. These are filed. Deadlines are coming up. We've had delays, but we haven't had rejections. So it's going to happen. I think 3 to 6 months is a fair time frame. If you think about it, 3 months from October, November, December, January is the beginning of 2024. I do think that January is probably when we're going to see it happen for the first time. If not, then 6 months out from January, from today, past January takes us to March, which is around where a lot of the final deadlines are. So between January and March, we should have a really strong stretch for Bitcoin, which is also leading up coincidentally to Bitcoin's halving. So I think a lot of things are really starting to pile up in all the right ways that we want to see for Bitcoin at least. And for the crypto industry as we head into a new bull market and maybe get some institutional products and services, ETFs out there for them to invest in. So very fascinating time. Just want to cover that today to give you a little insider look at the ex-BlackRock Director insider, what he thinks. So I agree with him. I think that makes sense. I do think they'll do like a sweeping approval of all of these. There might be a couple they deny or send back, but honestly, I don't see why they would reject any at this point unless it's like a philosophical stance by Gary Gensler. And I don't even think he's going to last much longer. Comment your thoughts down below on what you think about the Bitcoin Spot ETFs in that situation. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.